most money that we've ever spent on a collectible, because I really want to drill into this one because this is a very interesting question. Now, I'm not talking about the amount of money that you spent over time on hundreds of collectibles, such as Lego or Star Wars toys.
That gets tricky.
Yeah, let's talk about
the single most expensive stupid thing you bought with money that you shouldn't have because you're irresponsible with it. What's yours?
So I'm really into these, and I know you are too. There's these books called The Making of Star Wars. They're written by this guy named J.W. Rinsler with the help of hundreds of other people. And they are these kind of amazing deep dives on the original trilogy, the Star Wars franchise as a whole. There's cast interviews, there's photos from behind the scenes stuff that you've never seen before. Let's take a look at one of the covers here.
Yeah.
They are, normally you'd be like, oh, it's just a book, Brian, like what's the big deal? These books are like $50 each.
Also, they're very heavy. You could probably kill a burglar with one.
Yep.
It's good to keep them on your coffee table. I've read the first, if you get them digitally, they're awesome. I highly recommend these. They're also like, I think,
$16?
Yeah, they're like $20. If you have an iPad or tablet or whatever, get these. They have weird behind-the-scenes footage. Apparently, Peter Mayhew actually spoke all of his lines as Chewbacca, and they added the growls afterwards. Wow. So there are these clips where they're like, I'm going to go shut down the tractor beam. And Han Solo's like, yeah, well, whatever, you old man. And then Chewbacca opens his mouth, and normally he growls, but then he goes, that old man's mad. And you're like, what? So yeah, these are incredibly cool. The books are just beautiful, and you can like actually flip through them.
Yep.
But if you get them on digital, it's cheaper and it's cool. So that's one option. I go an even dumber route in the Star Wars direction with collectibles. I'm a big toy guy. One of the first you know that Simpsons episode where Homer goes to work for Hank Scorpio and he walks by like an antique store and he's like, oh my God, Tom Landry's hat. They're like, why don't you buy it, Dad? He's like, oh, that's crazy. Even only guys with like middle management salaries like me can afford that.
Yep.
Oh wait, I'm a middle management guy like me. When I first got a real full-time job and I conveniently forgot about student loans, I pre-ordered the Sideshow 1/6 scale Boba Fett, which is just like one of my most prized possessions.
It's so cool.
It's just a beautiful toy.
So what does this go for usually?
I think this was like 220 or something, or 250, which is that's a pretty penny for a doll.
Yeah.
And Hot Toys has since made one that's more expensive. They make a quarter scale one that goes for about $400 or $500, which, I mean, maybe I'll put that on my wedding registry or something. But this the baseline.
Please don't.
Why?
Because that's not what a wedding registry is for. It's not an Amazon
Look, I
wish
will
list.
eat off of paper plates if I have to. If I can get a cool Boba Fett.
Something tells me you'll do that anyway.
Yeah, probably.
This is incredible. I love the thumbs up. Is that a thing you can just do?
I think he's supposed to be like gesturing. He's like, put Captain Solo in the cargo hold. But I like to have him be like, yeah.
He might be hitchhiking
I like
because
to
Slave
party.
1 broke.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It works fine.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
It works just fine. It's a good ship. Yeah, actually, I have the Han Solo in this scale too, and I like to have them hanging out with each other. And I'm like, oh, they're friends now. It's cool.
Non-canonical.
Yeah,
Heaven, they call it in Star Wars.